Okay, there's something that every single small business owner should be doing right now. And my question is, are you doing it? Hey, badass business owners, my name is Tammy, and I'm here to help you grow your sales, but more importantly, grow those profits. Now, what am I talking about? Well, we are about to go into the third quarter of this year. And one of the things you should be focused on is, what do you need to do to execute the third quarter? But more importantly, set yourself up for the upcoming year. And we do that using our profit and loss statement. Now, before I get into this, if you're listening to this at any other time than towards the end of the year, please keep in mind that this is an exercise that you should be doing every single quarter, not just in the fourth quarter. But for today's purpose, I want to talk about how powerful it is to do it in the fourth quarter. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab your profit and loss statement for last year for the same quarter. So in this case, for our example, we're talking about October, November, and December of last year. And then you're going to pull that up and you're going to look at it, and you want it broken down by month. You don't want the total rolled up together. You want the monthly breakdown, and there should be a column if you're using like QuickBooks that'll tell you the total month. And then what I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself going, am I on track to not only meet last year's sales and profits, but to exceed them? Because our goal is to exceed them, right? You should be doing this before October. You're getting this in October, but this is an exercise you should have done in September. But since many people didn't do it, I've had this conversation several times this past week, and I realized that I need to have this with you guys. So you're going to go back, you're going to pull up, and you're going to look at it, and you're going to go by month. Okay, what were my October sales? What were my November sales? What were my December sales? What went on in my expenses during that time frame? So for example, is there a category that blew up? Like maybe there was a big charge on somewhere. Maybe you didn't even catch the fact that your insurance bill hits during November, and you're like, oh my God, I would have totally been caught off guard, especially if you have a business that's on the downside through the winter months or going into the fall months and whatnot. So you want to look at what trends happened during those 3 months. Are there things that you need to be prepared for? Did something happen last year that you need to say, wow, what's going to happen this year? So for example, in one of mine, they had a very low October, and it was like way lower than everything else. And we're trying to figure out what's going on. And then we had the aha moment that she had been on vacation for a couple of weeks. Well, that's going to tank your sales. So surprisingly, we're going, look, you're going to blow that month away, and you should be able to create the type of profit you normally do during your other months, which was a great surprise. So you want to look at sales trends. You want to look at those expenses, cost of goods, all that good stuff, and get down to those profits. Because if you're a type of business whose profits drop off the face of the earth in October, November, December, you need to be prepared for it. And by the way, you should have prepared long before now, because you needed to save the retained earnings from other months to do that. But at minimum, you know what's going to happen, right? If you lost $2,000, let's just say you made $1,000, lost $2,000, lost $4,000, at least you know to be prepared that you're probably going to be in a really tough situation. Doesn't mean you have to lose money, because you could be diving in. Why did I lose money? What's going on? What happened? How can I prevent that? It also could mean that you're like, wow, okay, I need X more sales so that way I can at least break even and not lose any money for that particular month. Or you'll go, wow, I've been losing money. That thing I've been wanting to buy, probably shouldn't buy because my sales are going to go down. Okay, so part of it is, what is the plan for the next 3 months? What am I going to do? But you also hear me talking about all the time, you've got to set yourself up for the new year. So part of what you're doing is saying, what can I tweak and do to not only have a successful third quarter, but what else needs to get done so I can start running and gunning for January, February, and March, the next quarter? Because what happens is, a lot of times when people are starting the new year, they're already behind the 8 ball, because they wait until January before they even put a plan together. But not you, because you're a badass. You are going to do yours much sooner, right? Because in late November, early December, you're going to pull up the same report, but this time you're going to do it for January, February, and March of next year, so you can start putting that game plan together for the new quarter. So this is something I really want you to start doing, is I want you to think in quarters, not just the month. Okay. When your P&L, you've heard me talk about this, your P&L is saying, okay, this is how you did last month. Great. But then you want to look at the P&L in a different way and say, this has been my trend for the entire year. Great, great information. Then you want to pull it up for next month and like, this is what I need to do to beat next month. Then you want to look forward thinking and go by quarter or a year or whatever and do more. So your P&L is more than just, a snapshot of how you did last month. You can pull those so many different ways to get histories and trends and how do I use them. And this is a great example of how you're going to use it to really plan out the next quarter. And if you haven't done it yet, I want you to do this exercise, okay? Make yourself a commitment that this week you're going to go into your profit and loss and you're going to talk to your bookkeeper or you're going to talk to your CPA, whoever does it for you. And what you're going to do is you're going to dust it off and you're going to go look at October, November, and December, or whatever is your next quarter, wherever you are listening to this. And I want you to put together, what's the plan? What happened last year? How am I going to beat it? You might be doing 10% comps. So what does that look like on last year's sales? If you did $50,000, that means if you're trending 10% comps, you're going to probably do an extra $5,000, so plan that out. Is that going to turn into profits? Like I said, what's going on with my expenses? Because I have some people whose sales are trending 10%, but their expenses are trending 20%. So you'd think that they'd get 10% more sales, but they're actually making less and less money because their expenses have grown at the same time. Their payroll's gotten away with them, for example, or they just started buying too many supplies that they don't need, or maybe they took on debt that they shouldn't have taken on. And even when they do make a profit, they don't see any of it because it goes out to the debt. So many different things. But once again, using our numbers to help drive our business, to take our business to that next level. That's what we want to do. And today, what we're talking about is how to use that P&L on a quarterly basis to really give you an idea of what that's going to look like. All right. So hopefully you get some good tips from this and you can use it to your advantage. So go pull up that P&L, go see what's going on, and come back next time. Come back next week. Make sure you hit subscribe and you keep following. We're going to keep talking about different ways that you can use your P&L to really help you grow your business. And with that, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.